Hey, this is Tyler with TJack Survival Dispatch. I want to talk about urban survival and bugging out into the mountains. Have a little come to Jesus about what it really means. So stick with me. Throughout history, almost all natural disasters, almost all big problems were geographical in nature and scope. So having said that, an example would be an earthquake. It only affected this area. A nuclear weapon affected this area. A war affected this area. A famine, whatever the natural disaster is, forest fires, whatever it is. Oftentimes, if you can move away from whatever it is that's going on and get into another area where it's not happening, you've, for the most part, solved the problem. I see a lot of people that have got bug out bags. Bug out bags. I am all about bug out bags. I use them in the military. They serve a purpose. What I'm not okay with is the idea that you're going to take your bug out bag, you're going to hit the mountains and stay there indefinitely. It's not going to happen. Most bug out bags are set up for 72 hours. That's not enough time. If you condense your food rations by using freeze-dried food, you might be able to pull off 10, 15 days, and then you're starving. There is a short-term need filler with a bug out bag, but a bug out bag or a bug out kit or even vehicle needs to be your plan to go from the affected area to the non-affected area. The military is really good at doing this. They take large groups of people and kit and they move them from here, they deploy them to there. What you don't see is the intense amount of logistical supply chain that supports that, whether it's for ammunition and explosives or just food and water or diesel to make the whole machine run. If you cut off the supply chains, you cut off the ability of the military to be extended to that location. The same thing is to be said for you and your bug out location or the place that you're going to go to. The only realistic solution is to have cached food or cached supplies or the ability to replenish them, because there will come a time where whatever it is that you need runs out. The shelter runs out because it gets cold, fire runs out because you run out of fuel, which fortunately won't be around here. Water runs out because it's either contaminated or you can't get any more, or food runs out because everyone bugged out to your area and killed all the deer in the first 7 days or pushed them out of that area and now there's nothing left to eat. If we can look at history where things like this have happened and do an after-action review and emulate the positives and disregard the negatives, we can learn from what's already been done and apply it into our future bug out solutions, right? We have some land right here. I have a tent that I'm experimenting with right now. It's been up since February. It's a bare bones tent. It is now mid-June. So clearly this is a multi-season solution. I don't think this is a multi-year solution. We will see. So that covers shelter. And a lot of times what you need is a stopgap measure. A bug out bag is just a stopgap measure. It's the thing that lets you go from the affected area to your bug out location or to grandma's house in another state. Whatever it may be, it's the thing that facilitates the transfer of your survival needs from fire, water, shelter, food, medical, communication, so that you can go from point A to point B without dying. If you are going to actually bug out to a new location and stay there for an indefinite amount of time, you need a plan. You need food cached, you need fuel cached, you need solar and batteries that are almost indefinite in their power supply. You need seeds, you need a way to build while you're there. And no matter what, we're going to go from modern day, which is the best really, to primitive. The problem is really this. You can only hold or hoard or prep or save so much water, so much food, so much fuel, so much electricity until it breaks or it runs out or it grinds down. So whatever you plan, make sure that you have a permanent, long-lasting, renewable option once you get to the bottom of that rabbit hole. One example might be this. you've got a bug out location that's this, like this place right here. It takes me 40 minutes to get here from my home, 37, 40 minutes. That's if I'm driving. If I have to walk, it's going to take a couple days. So if some massive, horrible thing happens in the city that I live in, and I've got my bug out bag and that's all I've got, and I come to a location like this and I'm on foot, I need that bug out bag to facilitate my ability to travel covertly from that location to this location for whatever amount of time it takes to cover that kind of distance. I could probably do it on my own without the bag. I don't want to, and I will probably have kids. The next step up, the better solution, is a vehicle. I've got a vehicle sitting right there. If I can get out of the affected area fast because I have bags with kits available that I can grab, put in the car and go. I have something like 5 gallons of water that I can fill up in a spring over here. I have the way to shower. I have a chainsaw that I could build a full log cabin that could spend the winter here. It would be a slog, but that's a solution. So if you really game plan this and you think, if this goes down in my city, how am I going to get out? Because I love the country. I'm from the country, but the absolute majority of people live in cities. And realistically, we need to talk about that, because how do we facilitate that? So have a game plan to get from your city to a predetermined location you have permission to be on. All right, I hope this is valuable to someone. Have a plan. Figure out, if crap goes sideways where I'm at right now, where am I going to go? How am I going to get there? And how am I going to get there if my vehicle doesn't work? That is how you know what goes in your bug out bag. That is how you know whether maybe you should get an e-vehicle, an e-bike, electronic unicycle. That is how you know route planning with maps in order to find alternative ways to get to the location with your vehicle. That's how you really start planning. A lot of people look at prepping and survival as this elephant that's overwhelming, when the reality is, eat it one bite at a time. If crap goes sideways here, where am I going to go and how am I going to get there? How long is it going to take me? Then go practice. Walk that distance. See how many days it takes you to get there. Use your kit. Take courses. Learn these things. Then when you get there, have already something prepared, like a shelter, chainsaw. Maybe not leave your chainsaw here the whole time, leave it in your vehicle, but have extra fuel set up here. Have solar panels set up here. Have electrical set up here. Have your friends and family get a laminated piece of paper with phone numbers, grid coordinates, plan A, plan B, plan C. In the military, we call this a PACE plan. Primary, alternative, contingent, and emergency. Have a plan. And ultimately, if you get stumped, ask us questions. We'll help you. This channel is full of some of the most experienced outdoorsmen, soldiers, and survivalists I've ever seen. So I hope this is valuable to you. I hope you share this with your friends. I hope that you leave comments with questions, suggestions, and requests. And please hit the like button. Check us out on Rumble. And thank you for watching.